Welcome to the second Monday, because we had Labor Day. This is the September Rundown. A week late, but we figured, those of you who have been laboring will have been relaxing on Labor Day, hopefully. Welcome back to the Acton Rundown. We've got Nathan Meck here as a special guest. There's a couple reasons for this. The first is that Nathan was our last podcast guest when this will air, so talked about the Collins Center and the great work he's doing there. And the second reason Nathan is here is because we have now released the Collins Center debate we talk about in that episode between Vincent Philip Munoz and Carl Trueman. Nathan, how was the debate?
It was great. Yeah, one of the most interesting discussions I think I've moderated. Carl Trueman and Philip Munoz are both fantastic scholars and minds. And they agreed on, I would say, most of what we talked about, which was whether Christianity is compatible with classical liberalism.
It was more like debating the idea as opposed to them debating each other, I think was the way to put it.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was great.
It was, but there were a couple interesting moments and some parts where they did diverge in their views a little bit. One of the interesting moments came when we were discussing Catholic integralism.
Okay.
And I asked them their views on that, and Dr. Trueman said, well, I think that it's not really a practicable idea.
Mm-hmm.
At least he said for us Presbyterians, Dr. Trueman being
a Presbyterian? Oh, he's a Presbyterian. I was saying I'm
Dr.
Presbyterian.
Trueman is.
All right.
And he said, how are we can't even get a single Supreme Court justice who's Orthodox Protestant. So how are we ever going to have something like integralism?
Well, this is the great thing is Protestants don't have to do Catholic integralism. Catholic integralism just happens to Protestants.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So, and then I asked them if it could be implemented, would it be an aspirational goal? And I won't reveal the answer. Go watch the debate.
Link in the show notes.
We had a whole English Civil War about this. The Presbyterians were in charge for a little bit, and it did not go well. So, Nathan, you've been busy moderating for a lot of these debates. There's some new Acton video content that is older than this debate, but with something we did back at AU on free speech in college campuses. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that is now available on YouTube, and people can go and watch that as well.
Totally. As people know, that's one of the most controversial topics in the country right now. There's Jewish students barred from campuses. There are international students who've had their visas revoked or who have been detained on the basis of pro-Palestinian protests. Faculty afraid to speak out for fear of being punished. Very controversial, and you don't see a lot of civil dialogue on that topic, especially between Jews, Muslims, and Christians. So what we did at AU is we wanted to lead by example and say, hey, what better organization than Acton's Collins Center to do this? So we had a leading Jewish thinker, Christian thinker, and Muslim thinker sit down, just have a civil dialogue about free speech on college campuses. And they all generally supported free speech and explained why they did from the perspective of each of their faiths. And then got into more of the current issues, and they agreed on a lot, didn't agree on everything, but I think it was a great example of how civil dialogue is still possible.
And we'll link to that in the show notes. That's on our YouTube and Acton On Demand. You can see that and all the other AU stuff from this year.
My colleague in the research department, Anthony Bradley, was the Christian voice in that discussion, and
He was great.
It's great. So I have a question for you, gentlemen. Is there a future for the family? Anthony Bradley's going to be talking about this coming up September 11th, along with Jeffrey Degner at Cornerstone here in town, and Clara Piano, new Acton affiliate scholar. There's going to be a little panel discussion on noon on September 11th, 2025. My birthday, I can't believe I have to work on my birthday, but I will be here.
I always try to work on my birthday. I feel like if I'm off on my birthday, I'm always sitting around like, what am I going to do? I don't know. There's just nothing to do. I like to go to work on my birthday.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just Thursday.
Yeah.
I just happen to be born then.
That's fair.
But it's an exciting panel. It's a great birthday present for me. I hope you all be able to attend.
That's noon here in the building, right in Grand
Noon
Rapids.
here at the Acton building. Beautiful downtown Grand Rapids.
Dr. Degner is an expert on inflation and the family.
Yep. Recently got a book about that. We're going to actually be interviewing him for the podcast.
We are.
On that as well.
I think
So
Dan Churchwell is, yeah.
that'll be a future episode. Clara Piano, in fact, we had an episode back
Just
in
2 weeks
August.
ago. Yeah.
Yep. Clara did a great job talking about markets, morality, family marriage markets, all that stuff. So a lot of this will come into play again in this discussion. And then Anthony Bradley has a new book on Exodus that's out. We're going to be doing an episode with him on the podcast about that. So lots of folks, everybody on that panel will have been in the podcast in like a 2-month stretch, and it'll be great. Farther afield in lovely Brazil,
Yeah.
we have the Acton Experience Brazil, September 19th through 20th. That's a multiple day event. And we're going to have a lot of great people there. Marcel Van Hatten, who's a friend of the podcast, former podcast guest, Pastor Iago Martins, John Regina, some of our Brazilian friends will be down there. Father Robert Sirico, my boss, Director of Research, John Pinero, Michael Miller, Dan Churchwell, Chris Maurer, lots of Acton folks will be in Brazil. And that should be a really great event for all of our Brazilian listeners. Or for those of you that like, maybe you've got those miles and maybe they're going to expire and you're like, how am I going to use these miles?
Head south.
Head south. Brazil is lovely. It's fall, which is like spring there because everything is backwards when
that
you
how
get
that
south of the
works?
equator. Yeah, our winter is their summer, vice versa. Our fall is their spring. So, like, if you're like, you know what? These Michigan colors, they're getting me down. Everything's dying. Go to Brazil where there is life. There is a life, richness, renewal.
And if I'm going to go book some flights, where in Brazil am I going, Dan? It's a big country.
Where in Brazil are you going? You are going to Belo Horizonte. Google Maps, my friend.
I was going to say, I don't know where that
Google
is.
Maps will tell you how to get there. And then you can check Google Flights and to figure out, you know, where your airline of choice.
That's going to be
down
a
there.
really cool event.
It is.
I think we should replicate that other places.
Yeah.
The speaker lineup is fantastic.
I think we should be down there recording podcasts.
We should do the Acton Experience Argentina in Buenos Aires in the winter. So we're not swapping out fall for spring.
I'm here for that.
Like fall for
That's a good
spring, like
idea.
it's nice, you know, new life in spring and the rest. But like in the dead of winter, to be able to have an Acton experience in sunny Latin America would be amazing. So, you know where you want to go for vacation, Mark? Family vacation.
That's right.
You want to visit the family back in Pennsylvania.
That's right. Pittsburgh, my favorite city in the whole country.
Pittsburgh dinner coming up
Yeah.
October 8th. It's going to be featuring Father Robert Sirico is going to be there. John Pinero is going to be there speaking on the founders and the faith, religion and the birth of the nation. Registration for that is alive.
It's alive.
We will link to that in the show notes.
It'll be a great event.
You get some dinner.
Great event in a
Get some
great
dinner.
town.
Here's some speakers. Pittsburgh is beautiful.
Go Penguins.
Like you descend.
Steelers.
Like
Yeah.
I've only ever driven into Pittsburgh, and like you descend into
It's
the
great.
city.
Did you come through the tunnel?
Yeah, and it's terrifying when it's raining, but when it's nice, it's beautiful. And yeah,
I always think Pittsburgh's terrifying in the winter because the hill. I drove a stick shift for a long time, and those hills were a little nerve wracking.
Yeah.
on those brick roads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say we have. You're sitting across from 2 Pennsylvania people here.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, double. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh Pirates Park,
PNC Park.
PNC Park,
Yeah.
is very cool.
It's I would
Amazing view.
lobby to say that is the best stadium in Major League Baseball.
It is one of the best. Certainly, Comerica Park is better. But I'm
it's
sorry. I'm sorry. It has
No, it's
giant
not.
tigers with baseballs in their mouths at the entrance.
That's great.
It has tiger fuel.
It's great, Dan. It's not as good as
You're
looking
hurting
at
your
their
credibility.
I was gonna
Tiger
say-
fuel. Now, a city that does not have Major League Baseball is where we're having the other dinner. Portland, Oregon, October 21st. Happy Valley, actually, just outside of Portland. Future of Faith and Freedom with Father Robert Sirico, Acton's president emeritus, is going to be there. If you're on the West Coast, this is a great opportunity to connect with Acton folks.
Now, is this the same talk as in Pittsburgh, or is this a different one?
No, different talk.
Awesome.
Different talk.
So you can go to both.
Yep, you can go to both.
Use those frequent flyer miles.
Use them for Brazil. Then find your way down to Pittsburgh. See some pierogies racing in the outfield. Make it out to Portland. NBA basketball is in Portland, but Acton, more dinner.
More dinner.
You are going to be
love
stuffed.
To eat, man.
You are going to be stuffed. This dinner, Acton's 35th annual dinner, is going to be here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, at the JW Marriott.
Yeah.
I believe they do a fabulous job. You'll have a delicious dinner.
Registration for that is live as well. For all of these, registration is live.
We've got Ross Douthat of the New York Times is going to be there.
Yeah. We'll be there, all three of us.
We'll be there,
yeah.
All of us. We'll be in tuxes. This is like a black tie thing. We will be looking very, very snazzy. And Vernon Smith will be there.
Yes.
And Vernon Smith, Nobel laureate, economist, usually wears a bolo tie. So we might have in addition to black ties, we might have some bolos.
And we'll be receiving maybe the only award more prestigious than the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
The Faith and Freedom Award.
The Faith and Freedom Award.
What a cold take. Everybody knows this.
Nobel Prizes go out every year. Faith and Freedom Awards are like special occasions. And Vernon Smith certainly deserves his.
Absolutely.
If you want something with maybe a lighter lunch, not like a heavy dinner, but a great sort of whole day event, we've got you covered with the Acton Institute's 5th annual academic conference on character, commerce, and human flourishing. This is November 7th. We start in the morning. It's an academic conference. We got people, scholars from around the world that come and present papers on various topics.
That's here in the building as well.
Here in the building, right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Andrew Abela, Dean and Ordinary Professor of Marketing at the Bush School of Business at the Catholic University of America, is going to be giving sort of the plenary address there on virtues, not values, reclaiming the human core of business. That'll be great. And that'll be a lunch event. So if you can't get enough of this sort of stuff, there's things going on all day on this topic. A lot of these papers will find their way into the Journal of Markets and Morality down the road. If you just want lunch, that's a possibility too. And you could just hear Andrew Abela's presentation, plenary presentation, get some lunch, get in, get out, if you've got other things going on. Cool. November 7th.
To recap so far, we're in Grand Rapids, Brazil, Pittsburgh, Portland, and now New Orleans. FAVs.
We're not busy in the fall.
Rethinking Charity, Local Agency, Commercial Society, and the Human Person. Again, multi-day event, November 13th through 15th in New Orleans. Michael Miller will be there. He's just going to all the warm places.
I'm starting Brazil, to see a pattern. Yeah.
He's in New Orleans. Ismael Hernandez is going to be there. Longtime friend of the Acton Institute.
And Bradley, Steve Barrows, too. A lot of Acton people.
Anne Bradley will be on the podcast. We recorded a great interview with her.
Steve Barrows was on the podcast, I think, when we're recording this. That was last week.
Yep. Yeah. He will have been on the podcast. Anne Bradley will be coming up early November. Catch her on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mid-November, catch her in New Orleans with this great programming that the Acton's program department is coming.
Yeah. Like Nathan said, we're not busy in the fall. I feel like we look at the summer as our busy season, and then we forget that we do just as much in the fall, in the winter, in the spring, and we don't really stop.
So we started the rundown, and we had Acton University.
Yeah, it just ended.
Acton University is really busy time. And then afterwards, the office is still full of all the emerging leaders.
Yep.
A lot of things going on in the office. Office is packed. And then our emerging leaders leave us temporarily. A lot of them come back. Nathan, former emerging leader, he has returned.
Yep, 2016.
2016. Some of them come back. Some of them go on to have amazing careers other places. But there is that period And we're just getting out of that period now. Like now we're full on ramped up. We had some quiet time, but now all cylinders are running. We're going into the future. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we, I don't know if we can run it out.
We can't do that.
We can't run it out. But Nathan is...
How about I just put a cool transition in?
So if you watch the interview with Nathan last episode of the podcast, Nathan was a little disappointed that this crazy arm man did not come out during our interview. So he was going to be on the rundown. He's going to move all around. He is here. Celebrate.
Amazing.
Good times.
Fall
is on, ladies and gentlemen.
I've never been so honored in my life.
He's just, look at him. He is just ready to go.
I missed.
Ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good month of September. We will see you again on the rundown in October. Have more exciting things for you to share. Mark, thank you. Nathan, thank you.
It was an honor.
Crazy Arm Man, thank you for being Acton Colors. You're that red, that white. You're perfect for the program. We'll see you all later.
All right, cool transition. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to learn more about Acton or hear more of this podcast, please visit acton.org/podcasts.